going to start with a cute, soft one.
Okay.
This is for our lovely people on Instagram. They said, how do you stay true to yourself? And she goes, wow, your vibes are my favourite.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. So basically, you've got to stay true to yourself simply by understanding that we live in a fabricated world. Not everything is how you see it. This world is nothing but a beautiful lie. This dunya is nothing but a world of beauty. That's a beautiful lie. Essentially, everything you see is somewhat fabricated, somewhat copied, and you need to just find that inner peace. And the only way you're going to do that is through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And once you do that, you know, you'll understand yourself more as a person, yourself as a soul, yourself as a singular being. And yeah, I'm waffling. So
no, I love it. I think that's amazing.
Okay. You know, the other day, I don't know if it's a hadith or if it was a story, but you know, we'll quote the internet. But anyway, it basically said there was this woman, alayhi salam, near the Prophet's time, and she basically said that, like, not in the Prophet's time, I think it was like Prophet Nuh's time, I don't know. Anyway, she said that her son was like 450 years old. Yes. And she was like, I wish my son had more years. And then someone said to her, basically, there's going to be a people in their lifetime that only have 60 and 70 years.
Oh my God, that's us.
That's us. And she was like, and then she goes to end it off, she was like, the only thing I would say to those people is just to remain prostrating, because it's such a short time.
Oh my God, subhanAllah.
Isn't that so scary?
Subhanallah. It is scary, isn't
So you're right, it is.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? I feel like the glitz and glam of like every single distraction in this world, honestly, like often makes us forget just like what our purpose is.
And also, like, the shaitan just beautifies every little distraction out there, whether that be like chasing money, chasing a lifestyle. He doesn't beautify like the fact that we have 60 or 70 years in this life and people can't even say like I love you to each other. Like, do you know what I mean?
You just need to go up to someone and hug someone, man.
Yeah. I just think, honestly, and when we think about it in that perspective, it is actually quite scary. And like afterwards, it's like once we die, because we all will die, like that's forever. Yeah. Whatever state we're in will be forever. Like eternity. How scary is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Someone goes, tell us your origin story.
So like
how you came into this world.
You came into this world.
So
what hospital were you born in?
I'm born in Goodmays, babe. King George. King George Hospital. Aziza popped out Lanani. And can I tell you a little quick story about when I was born, yeah? So when I was born, fresh out the womb, about 4 hours old, I'm in the crib. I feel like my lips are so crusty right now.
No, they're not.
Can you see
You're making me lick my lips.
Flying off. Anyway, so I was about 4 hours old. I'm such a nitty. I was wrapped up in a cloth. And you know, newborn babies, imagine a newborn baby being able to move their tongue in a way that it is trying to scratch something. Can you imagine a newborn baby trying to go?
Oh my God. Are you hungry?
No, there was something on my lip. and I
when you were 4 hours old?
4 hours old, I could feel something on my lip and I was just sleeping like a newborn baby, but my tongue. And let me tell you, this makes a lot of sense because I chat shit. Like, my tongue was trying to get off and my dad was looking at me and he was like to my mum, like, yo, like, look what she's doing. And they were like, what the actual hell is going on? Makes sense. Growing up, my uncle would always film us in not in a weird way, just in a like as in like he would just film things, innit? Like he would just film
memories.
The family
That's
memories.
Cute. That's
Yeah.
Candid memories.
I would always be the one walking into the room with a tiara on my head, going up to the camera like, film me, literally. And I would always want attention. Like I am an attention seeker, and I always will be one. That's who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
I feel like as a social media person, like there's a part of attention seeking in us to want to do this.
And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
People want to say you're an attention seeker, and I'm like,
am,
and what are you, darling?
At least we admit it.
Linking up with Bradley at the library.
They want to be an attention seeker.
They want to be, but you can't do it because no one wants to give you attention. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I grew up. Now I'm married. I've got a cat with my husband, and wear hijab now. So yay.
Allahumma barik.
Allahumma barik.
Oh, this perfectly goes into the next one. What inspired you to turn towards your religion? And you definitely inspired me to wear jilbab, she said, or hijab.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm sure you look beautiful in a hijab. Allahumma barik.
Testament to you, mashallah, for the way you talk about hijab on your TikTok.
What inspired me to wear the hijab? My sins. It was
Right.
just about time that I was like, you know what, babe, just cover up a little bit. Yeah, cover your hair. You're gorgeous, babe. Don't need to show it to the world. I was like, yeah, you know what? I nearly died because, if you don't know, I already got into a car crash, and that was my awakening because I would try to say my shahada and the shahada wasn't coming out. Long story short, I was like, shit, nearly died. If I'm going to be calling out to Allah, then I should be doing it 5 times a day. I should wear a hijab, protect myself, protect my aura, and yeah, and Allah will guide me. And that is why I'm wearing a hijab today, because I just see God's beauty standard. I don't want to follow. Well, obviously, I wear makeup, but I'm trying to improve, you know.
Was it like a slow transition in that you went from like maybe hijab with regular clothes and then hijab with abaya and then full on jilbab?
No, I instantly started wearing abaya. Sometimes I wear casual clothes with hijab. Sometimes I don't like whatever I'm feeling in the moment. I just go about it. I don't like try to stress too much because I already overthink like crazy. So I just go with the flow, really.
Amazing. I love that. Guys, look at that versatility.
Yeah.
You know what's so weird, because I talk about this, I always used to think about this a lot, is like whenever I go in zones where I'm not religious, I have like immense guilt. Like, did you ever feel guilty when you were like
always
in your non-religious era?
Not so much, actually. I was quite ignorant back then, very close-minded. Sometimes I would think, man, like, there's something, you were born Muslim for a reason. You know, we all have those natural thoughts. You know, we all have weird thoughts sometimes. But that wasn't a weird thought. That was a thought that was always on my mind. But I never felt guilty about it because I was very ignorant. And Allah gave me that wake up call.
Yeah.
Lit fire under my ass. Crash my car.
Boom.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Sometimes it's just some people just need a good kick up the backside.
I didn't get slaps when I was a kid. So I deserved it, I'm telling you.
Were your family like religious back in the day? Like when you were younger, like did you go madrasa? Like did they tell you to wear hijab and things like that?
No, I was never told to wear hijab.
Okay.
No one in my family does that. Like,
That's
you know,
nice.
we find it by ourselves. And I'm actually one of the only girls from my dad's side that actually wear a hijab. So that's really sweet of me
Love
to do
that
so.
for you.
Yeah, but we read the Quran, went to mosque.
So you grew up like
Typical Muslim family.
basically.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I think, you know, so many people can relate to that as well, because we're all in this bloody England and we're all suffering, darling.
Well, I just feel like we're
pig.
all suffering the same. We're having the same sort of thoughts,
Crisis.
the same insecurities, the same despair, especially when it's that time of the month. All sorts of thoughts, all sorts of intrusive thoughts from shaitan that make you like not want to do it. You know, like those feelings of like, oh, you're in such a shit way already. Why would you just like? do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Like, you're already so bad. Like, there's no way Allah's gonna forgive you.
I'm not gonna lie. Like whenever I get in
It's a rut, innit?
like a rut, like an iman
moment.
decline, and a rut, like the biggest thing that I always think is like, I sometimes think, oh Allah, like he's like punishing me for not being a good Muslim, and then I have to always make myself think like maybe he loves you and maybe that's why like he's making you go through this experience, so then you come back to him. And my last thing that I always think is like, I just feel immense guilt, like Allah brought you into Islam, like you were born into it, like how are you gonna forsake him that much? And then that just scares me. But then like in my head I'm like, I'm scared, but then I don't do what I need to do because
you're stuck in fear and you're not
just-
stepping into power
This
and
is
taking
completely
action.
normal.
I know.
Yeah,
I
take
know.
bloody action.
Take
over your
action.
nafs.
Thank you, darling. I'm constantly fighting with my nafs.
Yeah. That means
That
you have
stupid
a
cow.
high amen if you are pondering and you're feeling guilty and you're wondering and you're battling yourself, because that's your ego and your inner self really trying to come to an agreement, come to some sort of balance. And that is the whole point of this dunya, because it's not perfect, isn't it? So that's the sense that you have high amen.
I love that. Honestly,
love that
if I could
too.
conquer my nafs, that stupid little girl, honestly, if I could conquer
Yeah,
her,
just bait her up.
I'd be happy.
So that's so beautiful, honestly. I just feel like that's going to relate to so many people who listen to us. Everyone's sort of going through the same battle, isn't it? Especially if you're born Muslim. Alhamdulillah for being born Muslim. But people tend to have the same sort of trajectories when it comes to the religion. The same sort of journeys, up, down, left, right.
And it's also like the message of like, obviously Ali talked about some of the things that you did. And it's like, even if you did drugs, even if you're like in your head you think you're like the baddest person in the world, if you were clubbing for days, like even if you've got that like small amount of iman in your heart to be like, you know what, I need to return to Allah, like that is something that's good. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's the majority of people. People are so like obsessed with the wrong things and the negative things and the things that you're gonna, you know, because they fear themselves. They know that what they're doing is wrong in their lives. They're not content.
But also, I think they fear themselves in that they're afraid of just like stepping into the positive being that they can be. This like amazing person who can fulfill their rights and duties towards Allah and the obligations that He set. They're just afraid of stepping into that because it's like, I think the fear, you get like these intrusive thoughts that are like, oh, like, am I going to be able to do it consistently? But the thing is that you don't have, it's like, it's not a thing where you have to put pressure on yourself to do it consistently.
Exactly.
You're going to keep falling short. You just have to try each time, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the test. That's the whole point of life. You're not supposed to be some sort of successful, amazing person. As long as you're a good person, you're following the deen, you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you try your best, that is what it's all about. You need to follow the Prophet, you need to follow Allah, you need to read your Quran. And if you are like going, like you're falling on a little slope, it's all right, babe, have a donut, cry yourself to sleep. Yeah, we all done it. You're all right.
You know what it is? Growing up, like especially like my culture, I feel like a lot of it, like when I was learning Quran and anything about deen, was like very fear mongering. That's how I took it anyway.
Okay.
So like, it's not until like I became a little bit older, like in my 20s, that I started reading the Quran, like understanding my deen for myself, that I really understood like the happy side of the deen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just felt like growing up as a kid, I just felt like Allah was like angry at me if I did something wrong. No, don't worry. Or like there was just something negative. There's always like a negative connotation. So like it just pushed me away some more. But like when you, like the way I want to raise my kids, like I'm always like to him, like, yeah, Allah's listening to you, like Allah's happy, like He loves you, like always go back to Him. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you're always like, He's the most merciful. I love that.
Yeah. I feel like it was both like fear mongering and also like mechanical.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, you did it wrong.
Yes. You have to pray. But why am I praying? Explain it to me.
What was the reason?
But like, why do I need to do like, oh my God, guys, I remember times like my mom used to wake me up for Fajr. Oh my God, forgive my sins. I mean, but don't judge. We overshare on this podcast. Anyway.
I got my Quran teacher fired.
Oh my God. We got our Quran teacher fired.
We got a Quran teacher fired.
Yeah. Oh my God, guys.
Was it Algerian?
No, bless him. I think he was Nigerian.
I'm
going to quickly tell the story because it's a funny story. But basically, he kept talking about Allah's booty. Yeah. Stuff. But he means like booty as in like bounty.
Bounty, okay.
And we just kept laughing every time he said Allah's booty because we're like, he means bounty, but he's not saying
booty.
Bounty. So
he's saying booty.
Oh my God.
And then I think Hada's mum or something must have overheard him, and then she was thinking, "Wow, this sheikh's a bit sideways. We need to get rid of him." Honestly,
so we got rid of him. Oh, bless him. That
I
old
feel
little
so
man.
bad though. But he used to say like strange things, like when he prays, he goes, "I see really multicolored lights and stuff."
Oh, bless him.
Oh,
Maybe
he's
on
really
LSD.
sad.
My Quran teacher hated me. She was Algerian. She was all talking about her husband and her, how she was talking to her, I'm texting my husband.
Oh, she used to say that?
Yeah, she used to call me a stupid little idiot in front of the whole class. And there was this one time where she put on deodorant underneath her abaya, a roll-on, and she made me smell it. She was like, go and smell it. I was like, that's it, I'm getting you fired.
That's actual.
She actually hates you.
That's
jealous.
abusive.
Why would
jealous
you
that my name
smell
was
her
Aziza.
thingy?
I don't know. She just, I don't know.
Was that her form of punishment? You know, some people have really like quirky ways of punishing people.
Let me tell you how my Quran teacher once punished me.
Oh my God.
So I'm in this mosque, right? We're all sitting down. We're doing the Quran lesson. So this lady, I need the toilet, yeah? The beginning of the lesson, we have an hour lesson. I said to her at the beginning, I need the toilet. She wouldn't let me go to the toilet. I was like 14 years old. Then she's like, yeah, you're not going to the toilet. But then she let this other girl next to me go to the toilet. I thought it was quite racist. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was the only black girl in the class, but cool. Anyway, I was a little timid back then, not the opinionated girl that I am now. So I just sat there and nearly pissed myself. So then at the end of the class, I'm like, I really need the toilet. And I'm like sweating profusely at this point. She was like, no, you can't go to the toilet. And then anyway, this girl next to me was like, no, just let her go to the toilet. So I went to the toilet. And then obviously I did my business, came out. And then she was like to me, don't you ever ask me to go to the toilet again.
What? I would have pissed all over the floor, bruv.
Bruv, imagine I did that. But it was in the
Who
mosque.
was this woman?
That's all right,
She's very horrible. Someone goes, how hard was it to introduce your husband to your parents?
Not hard at all. Do you know how they were introduced?
How were they introduced?
My husband and my parents were introduced when I had my car crash. So I was linking up with my man. Basically, he was my man. Yeah. And I crashed my car. Then I called my mom and then my husband.
Okay.
That's how they met.
At the hospital.
At the hospital. That is a bloody Grey's Anatomy episode.
Right. So what happened when your mum walked in and saw this dashing Man.
Beautiful man. Allah Akbar.
Beside you.
Yes,
beside your
my-
bed.
my
At your beck and call.
Man.
Oh no, they haven't seen me yet.
Oh, they're in the
Oh, so they
waiting
saw
room.
him.
Waiting room, just them two.
And did she know who he was?
Yeah, I've told my mum about him that I was seeing him.
Oh, okay.
So she put two
okay.
and two together. She thought he's at the hospital. He's probably waiting for Aziza.
Yeah, she knows who he is.
Okay.
And she walked in, but this is the first time they're ever speaking to each other, ever met, anything like that. And she just sits down and they're both like staring into space, both in like different directions. They're just waiting.
It's like one of them ones where you know you want to ask me a question, but who's going to say it first?
Yeah, exactly. My lips are crusty. Anyway.
They're fine. They're fine.
Yeah,
Carry
they're
on.
actually fine.
I'm actually going to call this episode My Lips Are Crossed.
Might as well.
Anyway, yeah.
And then they're staring into two different sections of the room. Then eventually my mum goes, have you seen Aziza yet? My husband looks at her like this, so he's just sitting there like this. He looks at my mum, he goes, no.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he was like, no. Like that. And my mum was like, okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
And then they both came to see me in like the emergency like room when I was ready. And I burst out crying because I was like, because there was a lot of me. I just got into a car crash. Then my man's meeting my mum, and then
yeah. Oh my God, that's a lot. That is a
Oh,
lot.
imagine, yeah, but it must be also
Well,
quite
that's a lovely way
comforting
to
coming
be.
out of.
I was conscious, babe.
Oh, she was conscious. And and the pelvis thing happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, your pelvis.
That must have been
I
bloody
can't believe I thought that was a
painful.
lie.
It was actually a little bone inside my pelvis that
okay.
you couldn't bandage up.
Then how did it heal if you can't bandage it and you can't reach it?
I just got up and started walking the next day. I got up and
The
started
next
walking.
day?
I got up and started walking. There was no way I'm just going to lie on my ass. I'm too fidgety.
I love that for you.
So
Sometimes the best way to
Strong-willed.
make something heal is to
just slap it harder.
Can we just go back to when your husband and your mum walked in? So were you just like
Shocked.
I was just like, hi guys.
I'm
I was just
okay?
like,
I think my heart would stop.
And then
I'd
my
panic, I'm
husband,
not gonna lie.
he comes and he just starts taking selfies with me, and my mum's like, Aziza, you silly willy. But I was traumatized. My face looked like I was like proper traumatized.
Aziza. No,
Yeah.
but you've come through it now, alhamdulillah. And we
Alhamdulillah.
have you here.
Yay.
Okay, next few questions. How do you balance work and social media?
I don't. I'm stressed out.
Don't glamorize it for us then, thank you.
That's all I got to say, darling. Nothing is glamorous. Do you know what I mean? Whatever you're doing, there's going to be some bogging down, sweating, stinking, bad breath by the end of the day. Brush your teeth twice a day. Yeah, so that, yeah.
Am I the arsehole for bringing my sister-in-law's wallet to the restaurant when she conveniently always forgets it?
Sorry. Needed to burp. That was a lot for me to handle.
My female 28 sister-in-law, Amy, female 26, always comes to visit from out of town. She stays with us instead of a hotel and always wants to go to expensive restaurants. She always conveniently forgets her wallet or comes up with some excuse as to why she can't pay her share. She has implied that since I make much more money than her, I should be the one to pay. No, not my husband should pay, but me specifically. I do make a fair amount of money, but not so much that I can treat someone every time they come into town. Nonetheless, in the past, I have just paid the bills and asked her to pay me back. She never has.
Yeah, you need to smack her in the jaw, bruv. That is not a friend. That's why you let some random Amy that doesn't even wash her bum into your yard anyway. Like, why are you trying to pay for her? What the hell?
She had made a reservation at an extremely expensive restaurant last night, and before we left, I made it clear that I wouldn't be paying the bill. This is where I might be the arsehole, and I'll admit I got this move straight from the episode of 2.5 Men. As we were leaving, her and my husband went to the car. I pretended I forgot something and went back inside. I found her wallet sitting right on top of her suitcase. I put it in my purse and we went to the restaurant. Oh,
Lovely.
When we were done eating, I asked for separate bills. She said no, we need one bill because she forgot her wallet again. I reached in my purse and said, "This wallet?" Question mark. She was extremely furious. She said I should not have touched or grabbed her wallet. So am I the asshole for taking her wallet and bringing it to the restaurant?
No.
She's a serial offender.
No.
She can take her wallet, shove it down the arsehole of her friend that she is, and fart all the money out, because pay up.
You gotta pay up, like, what the hell?
Yeah, I agree.
And also, if you're not paying the money, why are you asking me to go to expensive restaurants? Darling, go get yourself KFC and be quiet.
Exactly.
She's broke.
Well, I was taking the press.
She's chasing.
Amy is trifling.
She's chasing something she doesn't even know what she wants. Like,
well, guys, there's an edit. Amy just called me. She saw this post and she yelled at me for bad mouthing her on the internet.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't care, Amy. Hopefully, reading all these comments is a wake up call for you. And that's a mic drop. So, guys, we're going to round it off with the strangest jinn stories that we've encountered in our lives. Aziza, you go first, darling.
okay, so this might not be strange. It's more traumatic.
Oh, God.
So
I'm scared.
I'm not going to say who, but someone in my family, I love them. Someone in my family, a group of people in my family, thought I was possessed growing up. And they legit thought it because they know people that have been possessed. And obviously, we're all cultured women. We know it's real. Do you know what I mean? We're Muslims. And they thought I was possessed because like there was a period of time where me and my mum weren't getting along. And it was not good. It was not healthy. And like I was showing the signs, and this is why I'm scared of getting ruqyah done still to this day, because it's like honestly traumatized me. There was a time in my life where I didn't even want to listen to the Quran because I was scared, and I thought that's because of the jinn. No, it's because I'm scared. Like I was genuinely just scared. It was really bad, and they thought I was possessed because I was wearing like like skimpy little clothes and going out for a bevy and. Do you know what I mean? Going clubbing on my 21st, going to see drag queens out of heaven. Shout out to the girls that go to heaven. Get out there.
That's one, basically.
Yeah, literally. And and they also said that they thought I was possessed because I used to scream a lot as a baby. Like I used to communicate by screaming. Like if there was something, if I needed something, I'd be like, ah! Like literally, I'd do that, ah! And my mum would like scream back at me because that's how I used to communicate with people.
Yeah.
And then, I really didn't want to believe that I was possessed. And there was a time where I was on live and I was like going crazy, by the way. This is when I was saying crazy stuff, like I was God. Like on TikTok, it was really controversial. Like I thought I was God at one point and it was really controversial. And So
why did you think that though? Was it just how you felt in the moment?
I just thought I was God. Astaghfirullah.
Did you think that you were having like some, I don't know, like a bad mental health trip?
We talked about psychosis earlier.
Yeah.
Do you think you were?
I don't know what I was.
Because they say one of the symptoms of psychosis is you have like these massive like delusions of grandeur.
Ego stuff.
And
Yeah.
religion and things like that. But you got over it anyway.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
And I baited out the person who was chatting about me thinking I was possessed. And they ended up pulling up to my house, and it's not deep, honestly. They ended up pulling up to my house and they were like, why did you say this about me? Like, no. And I was like, because you thought I was possessed. Do you know what I mean? And but I'm not possessed, I don't think. But I don't know if I should get ruqyah done, if you guys think I
You know
should.
what it is, yeah? I think I have that similar fear as you. Like whenever, again, it's the negative connotations, because people just make you think ruqyah is always for something negative when it's really not.
It's not. It's a healing.
Yeah. So like growing up, whenever we had ruqyah done, it was always like, oh, there's something wrong with you, so we need to get ruqyah done to figure out what's wrong with you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like my story is, one time me and my mum went to this guy to read Quran on us. Like took us to a little room. It was already shady to begin with, if I'm honest. Anyway, he sits us down and then he's reading Quran and he's like to us, close your eyes. I'm like, my brother, how am I going to close my eyes? I don't know you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do to me? Like, isn't that a bit scary? So obviously he's reading Quran, I'm closing my eyes, and like his voice with the Quran is like going up and down. Like that's how some people do ruqyah. Like they'll go really high up, like scream really loudly and then go back down. So like imagine having my eyes closed, guys, in a random room with a man. My mum is next to me. How trippy is this? And he's screaming. Obviously my eyes were like flickering because I'm scared. I'm like, what is this man going to do? So the Quran session finishes and he's like, yeah, I think there's something wrong with your daughter. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just scared of you.
Yeah,
so I just think it's the way they do it.
I think there's like a lot of like, do you know what it is? Even like the guy just basically straight away doing it as a diagnostic. Like saying,
like
there's
it's
something
weird.
wrong with you. And it's to do with how a lot of people understand ruqyah. Like they just associate it with like evil eye and black magic. People get ruqyah done just as a like preventative
like
measure.
facial.
Yeah, like literally.
Literally though,
I'm gonna go get my hair done. I'm gonna go get
ruqyah
done.
done. Do you know what I mean?
Spiritual heal.
Yeah, like that's how I think it's just about how we imagine it and how we think about it. I think it's probably one of the best things in terms of just safeguarding yourself from just evil people and evil things out there, because, you know, where there's good, there's evil.
Yeah, and also, we're all on social media. Everyone is.
We know
and
what
it's
we're doing.
like, it's a bit mad.
And evil eye can come from, like, not just people saying, oh, like, I'm so envious of her, I want what she has. It could just be like, wow, she's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, something so
Simple as that.
Yeah.
But
So
we're
so-
putting ourselves out there. We need to hold ourselves responsible for what we're doing. You know, when you hold
Exactly.
yourself responsible, you feel more at peace. We're putting ourselves on social media. We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So
So we need to read out.
So when consequences happen, you know, you've got to do. If you're putting yourself on social media, all I'm going to say is just make sure that you're praying your 5 prayers at the very least, and just getting some ruqyah here and there, or doing it on yourself. You can just do it on yourself. You know what? I was reading about this the other day.
I don't know how I'm going to do that. But
No, but I was reading the other day that before you even go and see someone, that the Prophet ﷺ recommended that you do the ruqyah on yourself. So you just read certain ayahs from the Quran on yourself.
I got the power.
Yeah, and then do it on yourself. And then if you're still feeling a little bit like, you know, sideways, maybe go and see someone and get it done on you.
Right, anyway, guys, so we
Yeah.
are going to round it off here. Aziza, is there anything you want to share? Have you got any good things coming up? Any fun activities? Anything on your socials you want your people to know about?
Okay, so I can announce to everyone that I'll be doing loads of vlogs because I'm going to be getting married again in Bulgaria.
I love that.
Why not just announce that my husband is a Bulgarian man? You guys guessed it already.
I guessed from when he looked at your mother and he went,
No.
No.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, the way he lectures me. I will not let you do this unless you do
Does he
that.
actually have that accent?
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Hey!
Sorry.
but
that's
you
your
guys are
husband.
getting
Joking,
married
joking.
again.
Yeah, Bulgaria, just so the
so
Bulgarians can have a
lovely.
little bit of fun as well.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah, zdrasti.
So, mabruk to you.
Mabruk.
How do I say
Times
congratulations in Bulgarian?
No fucking idea.
You
Do
can
you
spell
plan
it
on
too.
learning Bulgarian?
gonna be that
I
girl.
разбираш български малко по малко, да.
Oh my god, I love that for you.
Да.
Is that actually Bulgarian?
Да. Да.
I was going to say something that I learned in Polish, but I won't say that to you on air.
Oh my god, I absolutely
Dobre.
enjoyed this episode. Aziza, thank you so much for
Благодаря.
coming in
Thank
today.
you, guys.
Yeah, Aziza, would you like to please let the lovely people who are watching us know how they can find you on social media?
You can find me on social media if you search on TikTok. Hi, my name is Aziza. Or Aziza Israel. I'm probably going to change my username on Instagram to hi, my name is Aziza as well, just so it's all
That would be
balanced.
good, yeah.
I'll be doing that. But yeah, hi, my name is Aziza. Do you know what I mean? I've got a lovely famous people website. Not famous, I'm on famous people birthdays, so you can find a little bit more about me, but please don't do black magic on me because I will curse you back. So amen to that. So yeah.
Oh, we love you. Honestly, thank you so much for coming to this episode. Thank you guys
so much for having
listening.
me. Thank you for having me. Everyone be blessed.
Guys, thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to download the episode, to comment on Apple Podcasts, and to vote on Spotify as well. And don't forget the YouTube. We love reading your comments. I have taken pride in liking all the comments as well. So thank you so much. Is there anything I forgot?
Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.
Oh, there we go. The
Yeah,
best
share,
one.
download.
All right, ladies. See you later.
Oh, bye guys, we love you.
My lips are crossed.
Love you, Rufia.